waterfall, a beautiful cliff, and a beautiful countryside. They newly find 3 engines. Their names are Duke, Stuart and Falcon. Who's that puffing down the track? Into the tunnel he goes. It's Duke. Hello, Duke. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mid-Sodor Railway. The Mid-Sodor Railway, episode 18. Albert's new paint job. Albert had just got his paint job from saving Smudger. It was a dark blue undercoat, and unlike his bright blue tealy paint. He liked the paint job, but wished it was a bit different. He didn't always have much care for new paint jobs, especially if they were different. But he was told he was going to have a test run. So he left the paintworks immediately. He couldn't go to the normal works as that was filled up with Stanley and Smudger after their very bad crash. But unlike Falcon, he was a Collins engine. Only it would be too late for his fate to come. He soon derailed. "Bother," he said. "My new undercoat." With Falcon's mood and appetite, it was slowly making Albert back to being a rude engine. He growled. He's becoming a rude engine. Soon Albert was back in the works. He was in a bright blue a bright blue paint job. They had redone his normal paint job. Well, his undercoat, which was a very dark blue as you saw in the last clip. But true, for being quite rude again, he left me in the paintworks in anger. He said. His piston had fallen off in his crash, so they needed to give him a new one, and the only one that was available was red. He had to wait at the points to wait for an engine to pass by. Just then they heard a whistle. It was Falcon. He was slowly coming up. "Oh, but the engineer crashed," he said. The coaches laughed. They thought Falcon was quite funny. Woohoo! But Falcon's loud whistle shocked Albert. And it made Albert shudder so much, it made his piston fall off. "Oh, bother," he said. Soon, Albert had gotten a new sidewand. It wasn't on his right this time, because the incident was on his left. He had 2 red sidewands now, and he did not like the colour of them. He growled. All he wanted was to get back to his shed and have a good long rest. but sad news would come. But the next day, a sad moment came. Crimson had to leave the railway. All the engines were upset. Crimson was the very first engine to arrive, yet the oldest. "We'll miss you," said Albert. Duke was in tears. He couldn't bear the thought of Crimson being sold. It was he who taught him how to be nice. And it was also he who was his carer. "You'll be alright, Duke. Just stay strong," said Crimson. "Please don't go," said Duke. "I'm sorry," said Crimson, "but I've got to." And with that, Crimson left. All the engines were sad. They didn't want to see Crimson leave, but they knew he had to leave. One of the main reasons why he had to leave was due for being a bit too old to work on the mid-Sodor. And even though he's 10 years older than Duke couldn't stay strong enough. He wanted to follow Crimson, but he knew he couldn't. One of the reasons why he left was because of being too old to work on the mid-Sodor, let alone having a new number 2 arriving, which would be Sodor and Stanley. Duke thought of times we've been with Crimson. He had met Crimson even before he arrived on the mid-Sodor, as they used to work with each other on the before they reached and got to the point of working on the mid-Sodor. Duke's face was almost completely blue with all his tears. "It will be all right, Duke," said Falcon. "I'm sure he will visit us." "But what if he's being sent to the scrapyard?" said Albert. "I was told he's going to the tanning railway," said Rox. Just then, the engines no longer were tearing. "Well, that's cheered me up," said Duke. "How did you know that?" said Falcon. "Yeah," said Albert. Rox was confused. "I don't follow," he said. "You just cheered us up, knowing that he's not going to be scrapped. It's not that it's being sent away, but the tanning railway's not too far away from here," said Duke. "It isn't," said Rox. Rox was happy. He was happy that he had cheered up his friends. However, another engine would arrive. He's almost the same age as Duke, but that story will have to wait until next time.